Welcome back to my channel. As some of you may recall from a previous video, I have been having a really rough week with the children. It's been interesting. So today we're gonna take like a half a day and we're gonna do some things that we love to do that kind of bring us a little woo-saw. I find that it's very important as a mom to have multiple streams of hobbies, multiple outlets, so that way you can kind of replenish yourself, kind of feel good about accomplishing some things, surrounding yourself with some people you want to be around. It's really important. So today we are going to go to a silent read. I want to do some baking. I want to go grab some coffee. That's pretty much the gist of what I want to get into. I want to do like some muffins, like some blueberry muffins, some pumpkin muffins. I did feed my sourdough starter, so I'm thinking of doing some bagels as well. I can show you guys how easy it is to make bagels, so that way I can have all of that stuff prepped for the week for the kids to just kind of grab and go. So I have quite a few appointments next week, and I know that this week's been kind of chaotic. So if I have those things, it kind of streamlines certain parts of the day. And also, yes, I am here in my husband's pajamas because they're really comfy, okay? They're really, really comfy, and I feel like we're friends. And so if you were my friend and you came to my house, you would see me in my pajamas, okay? So don't judge me. Anyways, so I am also filming a reading vlog, my fall reading vlog, the last one that we're gonna have, and I'm gonna take people watching with me, and I'll start reading this for the vlog at the silent read. So if things seem familiar in this video and the next, you know why. I did not really start any pages. The only thing that I read was the author's note, and the author, I'm loving this about Hannah, is that she is putting aspects of her life into her stories. And that's one of the things that I love about Kennedy Ryan as well, is that she's always giving us a story from experience, even if it's a little bit of experience, even if it's just a little bit of research. She's really diving into these stories, and I feel connected to the author when I get those types of stories. So really excited to read that as well. So I'm gonna get dressed. We're gonna go grab some coffee and kind of just hang out and woo-saw, because listen, it is hard being a mom, and I'm so happy that I've had so many people come and comment saying that they're so happy to find the bridge between motherhood and bookish people. I love to be that for you guys, because there are a lot of hard days of motherhood. It's beautiful, it's lovely, I love all of it, I've learned so much from it, but there are really hard days and there are really tough seasons. So if you're going through a tough season that doesn't even involve the children, like, it can make it difficult to do that aspect. And that's the reality of it, and there's no shame in admitting that, but it's important that we replenish ourselves. I can't say that enough. So let me get dressed, let's go hang out. I think my husband and the kids are outside doing a bunch of yard stuff, and I think that's pretty much what they're gonna be doing all day. He's gonna tire them out, tire them all the way out, and I love that for me, for us. Husbands, tire them kids out for us, okay? Okay, you guys, we are officially dressed, but I just thought of something else that I can go and do. Get rid of these. I did sell a bunch of my books on Facebook Marketplace, and these are the last 4 that were left. So I don't want to go over to the other side of the water, but I'm going to check out Second and Charles. I've never been in there, and I believe you can sell, I think it's books, CDs, DVDs, any type of entertainment media there. And I can take these in, get some credit, and get some winter books, get the Christmassy books that I said that I wanted to get last time I went book shopping, and I didn't get any. And then also I want to see if I can pick up Good Spirits by B.K. Borison at Target. So I'm going to show you guys both covers. This is the regular cover, the blue cover, and then I'm going to show you guys the red cover. The red cover I believe you can only get at Target, and I feel like that one looks better. And I'm not the type of person, even if it's my favorite book, to have 2 copies. That's just not me. So I want to go over there. I do have a $15 gift card on the Target app, and then I also have a $5 Target gift card. So I may be able to pick up like 2 books there for free, right? It's for free. So I got the $15 gift card because they were doing like purchase anything and get a $15 credit. And then I ordered my daughter a jacket. It said it was ready for pickup, and then they couldn't find it. So they gave me a $5 gift card for the troubles. So It's totally free. And I don't know how much they're gonna give me. You know, I think those types of places only give you like 20 to 40% maybe of the book's worth. And I mean, that's better than nothing. So the books that I'm getting rid of are Things We Never Got Over, which I did not read. I tried to read her Christmas book last Christmas and I took it back the next day. I think I only made it to page 10. I just wasn't a fan of her writing style. Couldn't get into it. Everyone in my family has killed someone. I actually talked about this in my first reading wrap up that I ever posted up on my channel, which I think was the January, February, March reading wrap up. I gave this book 2.5 stars. It's all in the wrap up. I wasn't a fan. I have no intention of reading Bridgerton. I just really enjoy watching the show, so there's no point in me having just the one copy. And then Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. Unfortunately, I did really enjoy this book. I thought it was really fast paced. I read it in like 24 hours maybe, but this author has had a lot of problems that have unfolded a while ago, and I totally forgot that it was up on my shelf. But I'm just gonna go ahead and unhaul it because I have no intention on reading any more of her books, which is really unfortunate. And I mean, I ate this book up, but it's gotta go. So let's go ahead, let's go take care of everything, grab the coffee, go to the silent read, do all of the things, just have a good day. I just feel so much better, you guys. I don't wear makeup. I've talked about this. I haven't worn makeup in like 10 years. So yeah, I just put a little mascara on. I put oil on my face. I use rosehip oil, and then I'm wearing the Fenty lip gloss. Which color is this? It's almost gone. I can't remember what color is this. This might be, I don't know what color. You guys will know. Look at how gone it is, but let's see. You guys know I'm not a beauty influencer. It's gone, but I can't remember what color this is. It's either, I think it's Fussy Hussy actually, now that I think about it. I think it's Fussy Hussy. I like that one. I like the sweet, whatever it is that's clear. And then I have the one that has like a purple tint, which I think is the Riri one. So yeah, anyways, before we start rambling, let's head out. Some ruckus on TikTok. Sierra, look over here because you're so pretty. I'm gonna put her Instagram because she's pretty, y'all. Follow her.
Being a light drinks your straight means really good and you should eat your meals. You guys go try it.
Okay, you guys, I finally made it to 2nd and Charles. Xavier, that's my husband, is going to take those books over to the buyback area, and then we're gonna look around and see what they have. Like I said earlier, we're looking for some Christmassy, wintry books to build our winter TBR without spending a whole bunch of money on full price books. So let's look around and see what they have in here while he does the hard work. Lots of books in here, you guys. I see plenty of popular books. Look at Their Vicious, oh snap, Their Vicious Games. Their Vicious Games is in here for only $7.95 instead of full price. I'm gonna put this up here because I feel like it should not be overly stuffed. What else do they have that we know? They've got Gossip Girl up here. The Hate You Give in here, they have multiple copies. This one's only $6.95. This one is only $4.50. Wow, I've been missing out. You guys, they have an entire set of the Poppy War. How much is this? They don't have the price on there, but how much is the Poppy War itself? It doesn't say. They have The House on the Cerulean Sea, V.E. Schwab, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. We were just talking about this earlier at Barnes & Noble's. The Near Witch, Watermoon, Someone just told me about this last week. I am playing. Okay, so I've officially been missing out and paying full price for books for absolutely no reason. I'm out of focus. Focus. Paying full price for books when I could have been in here. What? Okay, I don't know why I've never came in here, but I've totally been missing out. I'm telling you, they have a hard copy of 7 Days in June for $13. They had an entire section. If you're into Colleen Hoover, they've got an entire section. I've seen Tessa Bailey. I've seen all the big authors. We've got erotica over here. We've got Christina Lauren up over here. You see that right there? That's Christina Lauren over here. I found 2 newish Christmas books to add to my Christmas TBR right here. And this one's $5.75 and this one's $6.95. And I've seen both of these in Barnes & Nobles for almost 20 bucks. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what took me so long to come in here, but if you have a second in Charles next to you, you need to check them out. We're gonna continue to kind of walk through. I'm gonna see if there's anything else popular right here that I can show you guys. Nothing like super popular. Hold on. So I'm saying we've got this up here. We've got People Who Meet on Vacation right here that I sold, that I said I was gonna read now. Set on You, I've seen this one. See, I've seen this one. This is a newer one, and it's only $6. Okay, we have the brand new book 2 for the Vera Wong books, and I'm gonna get this because it's $5.75, and wow, $5. And I really actually thought that the other one was super cozy, so this will be good to read throughout the winter. Adding it to our stack. I can't make this up. They literally have 4 copies of The Wife Before by Shannon Williams. I've already went through the copies, and I'm gonna grab this one for $8. Shut the front door. I'm probably not gonna get all these books, by the way. Who do you think I am? Okay, we're on our next little book errand, and we came here to get Good Spirits. Look how pretty this one is. I like this one so much better than the blue one. At the time of filming this right now, the books are actually buy one, get one half off. So I'm gonna go find another book, not any fall books, because there's too many. It's too many. I need to stop buying fall books. So you have to find the best looking one because I take care of my books. The only thing is I don't like sprayed edges, but I like the red cover. So bringing this man with me nowhere else. I'm not him in here pooting y'all and walking off and leaving me. I'm putting him on blast. I don't care, you guys. He's sick. What? You pooted and you left me here to take the blame. Oh no. You guys, I'm home and I'm doing dinner now. I've been sharing some short form of like meals that I'm making. My husband actually prepped ground beef for burgers earlier today, but instead of doing that, I'm gonna actually make little mini meatballs. So I'm gonna roll these up, and then I got some mushrooms, I have some cream and some onions, and I'm gonna put the meatballs in like a gravy sauce, and then we're gonna eat them with the pierogies that you can get at Costco, because I've never made pierogies, but I'm gonna put this sauce over the pierogies, and then I'm gonna do this maple bourbon bacon chopped salad on the side. I got this from Aldi, and then I went and bought these. Are my new favorite. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I'm absolutely obsessed with the Welch's Grape Ghost, but these taste like Mountain Dew, and I haven't drank Mountain Dew in years, and this is very nostalgic for me. So I got these, and then I got I think a Chardonnay. It says that pierogies go good with like a softer white wine, so I got that, and I'm gonna cook here in my normal regular people kitchen. It's not fancy. That thing right there is broke. It's super duper small, but I am sharing my space with you guys because I feel safe with you guys. So I'm gonna put these away, I'm gonna put this away, and we have tons of meat. I'm thinking I'm gonna get at least like 30 meatballs out of this, and then you guys will probably see that in the short form. As for baking today, because there was so much that went on in between time, in the meantime, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So instead of this just being one day long, I'm gonna make this a whole weekend long vlog. I already have my sourdough fed, so I'm gonna put that in the refrigerator. It is nice and bubbly. I haven't fed it in a long time. It's been in the back of my refrigerator. I did get cream cheese to do some cinnamon rolls for the kids. I've never made homemade cinnamon rolls, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And then I'll do some, like I said, pumpkin muffins and blueberry muffins. And before I go to bed tonight, I'll show you guys the books that I got after I'm done with dinner. I lost what I was gonna say there, but okay. Okay, I just realized that some people probably don't know how to make gravy. It took me a long time. I am dropping a whole container of mushrooms and a half an onion, so that way when people see the onion, they don't freak out in my house, into the pan. So I got done doing the meatballs, and I'm gonna put these onions and these mushrooms directly into this pan, you guys, and it's gonna be really, really easy. We're gonna just let this kind of sweat down for a little bit, and then what we're going to do after that, I'm gonna put this mushroom in there because every mushroom counts. Give me my mushroom. I kind of want to put a whole onion in here, but I don't want to make them mad. So I'm turning this down. I really wish I had a gas stove because it's so much easier. Hold on, I'm getting a whole onion. No, like I was saying, we have the other half of our onion. It's so much easier to like control the temperature of the stove and whatever you're cooking with a gas fireplace. But I mean, gas stove. Okay, when I get close to my cycle and then when I'm on it, I have such a hard time talking correctly. It is really bad. But anyways, it's easier to control the temperature and cook your food when you're cooking on gas. So here we have everything in the pan, and I'm cooking mine in a cast iron with my Christmas spatula, and we're just sweating it all down and letting it get nice and soft, so that way when you put it over the gravy, the texture is more blended in with the creaminess of the gravy that we're gonna make. And then I'm gonna take some butter. I already put a little bit of butter in the pan. I'm gonna put a little bit more and cook that all together. Remember, you want real butter. I told you guys this before, or maybe this was in another video, or maybe it's in the other video I'm filming, I don't know, but you want butter that is cream and salt, or just cream. You don't want anything extra. You don't want it to be made out of oil because then you're just cooking in oil. So here we go. And then the oils that I usually cook in avocado oil because olive oil is like actually not the best to overheat. So we're actually deglazing with this. The color of the onions is picking up all of the flavor and the juices from the meatballs that I cooked. I don't know how many meatballs I got because my family was eating them, but there they go right here. And I'm gonna keep those in there. And what I'm gonna use for my gravy is I'm gonna add flour to this to start thickening it up. And I'm actually gonna use heavy cream, not broth, not water, to give it a richer flavor. Does that make sense? Did you get what I'm saying? So I think this is a really good, easy meal for the fall and the winter time. It's really hearty, it's really warm, it's really rich. And then, like I said, the pierogies are over here. I'm gonna flip those. I want to make them from scratch because I tasted one and I feel like they taste good, but they would really taste better from scratch. Ooh, that's hot. Oh yeah, they're nice and puffed up now. And we're gonna like pour all of this on top of the pierogies. What? It's just you? God, that's hot.
Getting on camera, bro.
You don't want to get on camera? It's got like maybe 10 more minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna finish letting that do its thing, sweat out, and finish the gravy. I'm gonna let that sit, probably cooking and sweating for like a good 5 to 10 minutes before I start doing the gravy part. And I need to go make sure that people aren't fighting while they start their while they start their Saturday night movie, because you know that's bound to happen. So after everything's all done, I'll show you guys how it turns out looking, let you guys know if I actually like the taste, because sometimes we cook stuff and then we don't even like how it tastes. Just be honest with yourself, okay? It's fine. If you mess up, you mess up. Okay, you guys, so I did finish dinner, and before I get back to my reading and everything for the night, this is what it turned out like. I don't know if you guys can really see. The gravy came out a little bit thicker than I wanted to. I added too much flour and I didn't have enough cream. So it is super duper thick, but still super rich with the meatballs, with the salad, and then I am pairing it with a crisp glass of chilled white wine, not warm. I do not like warm white wine. So I'm finally having my glass of wine for the week. Gonna enjoy my food tonight, and then tomorrow we'll get to some delicious baking. I really like giving my kids some treats for the week, and I don't know what else we'll get into tomorrow, because I know my husband's super busy tomorrow and me and the kids are gonna be like setting up for homeschool for the week, but we're definitely gonna get some baking in, so tune in for that. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Happy Sunday, guys. If you have been here for a while, you are familiar with this room. This is the little girl room. My 5-year-old and my 3-year-old share this room. And there's a painted spot that's peeling. Don't look at it. I have to repaint it. But I told you guys this in the Summer Diaries video. I think it was my very first Summer Diaries, that every season I continuously am doing inventory. So literally I did inventory in the Summer Diaries, and now I'm doing inventory again. And I literally have new things to get rid of. So like size 8 shoes, they don't fit either one of them. They're both were like the same size. So I'm gonna go through all of their shoes. Most of them are in the garage instead of where they're supposed to be. But I am gonna, you know, go get the shoes from the garage, bring them all in here, make sure that they're size 9, 10, or 11, because depending on the shoe, it changes the fit. And then also, that needs to go. I'm gonna go through their little bookshelf right here. I don't think I've ever showed this little bookshelf. I found it on Facebook Marketplace like 5 years ago for $10, and then the person gave it to me for free. So I'm gonna go through their books, any library books. I'm actually gonna pull them out, take them back, try and hang up like any new things that need to go here. So I know that they both need a new apron. That's too small. Go find the other hat. Just make sure that it's... So I also want to see if I can find a picture of them, because this used to be Havana and Zoe's room right here, and that's why that's here. Print it out and hang a picture of them up there. And their sheets are already in the washer. I need to go through their drawers, put everything in the right positions, but I always stress this. This is highly important. Like when it comes to homemaking, home maintenance, homemaking is not prairie dresses and frolicking in the flowers. Like it can be, but everybody's homemaking looks different. But there are basic things that you need to do. Going through the clothes, cleaning out the drawers. Got a new vacuum. Vacuuming out the drawers, getting rid of the dusty smell, any type of critters that could be living anywhere, move the furniture away from the walls. I also got some mop water, some peppermint, what is it called, Dr. Bronner's, and I actually wiped down the walls in the closet. I need to paint the closet. I actually want to not paint it, but like prime it and wallpaper it, so that way it can have like a nice clean look. This is an older home, so like there's tons of dings and stuff from the original homeowners that are still there. We've lived here for 6 years. And then I do want to paint the doors. So yeah, you need to find some time in your week. Yes, baby girl. You need to find some time in your week to set aside and do some deep cleaning areas and stuff, because it's overwhelming if you wait until the end and then all of a sudden every single area in your house needs a deep clean. That is overwhelming. I've done that. This room in particular stays kind of deep cleaned, stays decluttered because it's the easiest room, and then kind of do another space, do another space, do another space. And then like there's definitely spaces where me and my husband do together. So like the garage, because we both have things in there, we'll kind of figure out, okay, how is this gonna go? Like I was saying, keep it decluttered, look underneath the beds. They actually had a sleepover. When they do sleepovers, they take the mattresses out into the living room. So this was perfect because now the mattresses are out of here. I can move the beds around easier, wipe down the walls, things like that. So important. Every single season, do it. It will make your life easier. It will keep your house from getting crazy. Go through the toys. Your kids don't need 50 million toys, because if they can't keep it clean, that's a you issue. So I can't get mad at my kids if I feel the urge to overspend and give them a bunch of toys as well, and then they don't know how to clean it up, or I don't give them the tools, aka storage, to organize and keep it clean. Why am I getting mad at them when I'm giving them a problem? I've been a mom for a long time. I learned this the hard way. So my daughters, they actually keep most of their like play stuff, like their dolls and their like stuffed animals and things in this bin here. And then we have a like drawer situation in the closet. That makes it super easy for the babies to clean, and I can give them direction and they can learn to be independent and keep it clean. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. And then once I'm done with all of this, we'll do the baking and I'll show you guys the books that I got and just kind of woosah and hang out. It's a pretty chill weekend. My husband actually has appointments today for some things that are changing around here, so we weren't able to make it to church, but there are some big changes happening for our family. And I don't know if I'm ready for it. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but we'll talk about them once they are done and that change is official. So let me finish cleaning and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, you guys, we're finally about to start baking. But before, I want to shout out Taryn. She is so cute. I am obsessed with her channel. I'm obsessed with her TikTok. I'm obsessed with her, okay? So right here, I'm going to pause it though. This is what I'm watching right now. I'm going to be watching her YouTube video that she just posted, I think this morning, while I do the baking. So I'm gonna like, let me talk right. Let me not lose myself, Adriana. I'm going to tag her YouTube account down below so that way it's easy for you guys to find her. And what is going on with this lighting? Lord of mercy, hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. Like I always tell you guys, ignore that spot right there. But anyways, what we're going to be baking today are pumpkin muffins. Now I did pumpkin muffins a couple weeks ago and I used a new recipe and I didn't really like the way they turned out. They felt a little, like, they weren't moist. They were very like a wash sponge. That's what they felt like. But I have this vegan pumpkin muffin recipe that I absolutely swear by, except I changed the vegan options to dairy options because I feel like it tastes better. Now, when I was a vegan, which was quite some time ago, I did follow this to the T. I will actually go ahead and put the link to the Pinterest post for this recipe down in the description as well. The thing that is different is you're using yogurt, and this recipe calls for soy yogurt, but I'm gonna use the 000 protein yogurt instead. And then instead of sunflower or like any type of seed oil, I'm actually gonna use avocado oil in any of the recipes that call for oil today. The avocado oil, it's great for baking. It's still nice and thick, it's flavorless, but it's not a seed oil. So that's what we're going to do. We're gonna do the pumpkin muffins, then we're gonna do blueberry muffins. Those were requested, so I have to do those. I'm going to attempt to make cinnamon rolls for the very first time, and they're brown butter cinnamon rolls. Never made cinnamon rolls from scratch, so we're gonna see how that turns out. And then we're also gonna start sourdough bagels. Now, the thing about sourdough bagels is that they're gonna ferment. So they're gonna be sitting for about 8 hours. So right now it's 2 o'clock. So I probably won't cook those until the kids go to bed, or I'll put them in the fridge and cook them tomorrow morning. So the sourdough bagels, I'm going to have to do them tomorrow because you have to let them ferment, then you're gonna shape them, they're gonna do a second rise, and then you're going to actually do like a quick little, it's not a boil, you're just dropping them in the water for a second, flipping them, and then you bake them. But with the bagels, you can literally put any toppings you want, cheese, seasoning, jalapenos, you can make pizza bagels, you can leave them plain, you can do cinnamon bagels, anything you want. You can even add to the dough. These are very simple. They are by Farmhouse on Boone. It's just starter, water, honey, salt, and more flour. That's it. There's nothing crazy in these. So we're gonna get to baking and yapping. I'm gonna watch Taryn, so you probably won't see me. I will show you guys the batter and how it looks and everything in a second. But yeah, I wanna watch her video. So, okay, I'll talk to you guys in a minute. If you're new to the baking game, there are some quintessential things that you should definitely have on hand. I'm gonna show you here. We've got sugar, I've got brown sugar I need to pull out. You need baking powder. You need baking soda. You're gonna need whatever spices, vanilla. Get as much vanilla as you can, and you need salt. And then you're gonna wanna have a ton of butter. And I actually use salted butter because I like the flavor when there's a little bit extra salt in my stuff. Yeah, I'm a salty girl. But yeah, so you want to have all of these things on hand because you can literally create anything out of all of this. So while we're getting everything together, like This has to be one of the biggest mom hacks that I've learned over the last 15 and a half years of being a mom, because I never ever like would be prepared. Like, how many do I need? 2.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. But like, I at one point would make so many muffins and just keep them in the freezer because they stay in the freezer. I would make like I would multiply this by 4. So I would make like 48 to 50 muffins, and I would just pull them out throughout the week, and I would give them to my kids, like 2 muffins and a thing of milk, and we're good to go. Like, having muffins is so clutch. What do I need? 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And also like doing like breakfast sandwiches, breakfast burritos, like whatever you can put in the freezer that will hold. You can even do pancakes like yourself instead of buying them at the store, so you know what's in them, and then plop them in the freezer. It really does make a huge difference. Okay, so I'm mixing. Let me mix all this up. You guys know I'd be like, I'm not pulling out no extra utensils. I'm about to mix it with this spoon because I don't want to have all them dishes. I still got to make dinner. Okay, when you're doing pumpkin flavored stuff, you want the pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. You want just the puree. But anyways, speaking about dinner, you guys, those meatballs were such a hit last night that everyone wants them again. That's literally what we're having for dinner again when my husband gets here, because they were a hit. So if you have been looking for a new dinner to add to your meal rotation, those meatballs are it. All it really is like if you've ever made biscuits and gravy, it's the same type of gravy that you would make for that, but you're sauteing the meatballs in it after you cook them. You're letting them kind of simmer, and you can put them over whatever. I put them with the pierogies. Tonight I'm gonna actually make mashed potatoes. You can do it over fries, you could do it over rice, like you could do little subs. So imagine like the little subs, you put the meatballs in there, and then say you get some Swiss, it'd be so good with Swiss cheese, and then have little sandwiches, put them in the broiler. You could do them over like buttered egg noodles. There's so many ways you could eat those meatballs. They're absolutely delicious. And everyone, I mean, everyone loved them. So even the baby, and she was like, mushrooms. Mushrooms. Now that we've got our batter all mixed up and not over mixed at all, I'm gonna add a cup of chocolate chips into the batter. I'm gonna add a little bit more because that wasn't enough. And instead of continuously mixing, we fold it in so that way our muffins actually stay fluffy, because if you over mix, they're going to get very, very dense, and that's not what we want. We want them to feel like we're eating a dessert for breakfast. So another thing too is once we put them in the tin, if you want them to have that bakery look, after your tin's all filled up, you sprinkle just a couple on the top of each one. So when it bakes, it'll have that super chocolatey look. All it really takes is like 3 extra chocolate chips, maybe 4 on the top, to give it that look. So there we go. We have our batter for our pumpkin muffins, and this is probably gonna last literally just one breakfast at my house because my kids love this recipe. So next, since we're done with this and I get them in the oven, we're gonna start our blueberry muffins. So before I put these in the actual oven, I just want to show you the way that you can get that super muffin top, like the bakery as well, is to fill them up, and then when they get big, they'll blow up on top. And then like I said, if you want them to have that look, you just kind of sprinkle a couple chocolate chips on top, and it will give it that bakery look, and you'll feel like a professional. At least if you're me, you'll feel like a professional, especially if you've had a long week and you're like feeling like Ratatouille or something, cooking, baking, doing all the things. So let's go ahead, plop these in the oven. This recipe takes a little bit longer than usual for muffins. It's about 20 to 25 minutes, and I'm not sure if that's because the yogurt and the dough it feels dense when you're doing the muffins, but 20 to 25 minutes in the oven, and then we're gonna whip up the next batch. Okay, so change of plans. I'm not making cinnamon rolls because we don't have instant yeast, and I just don't feel like running to the store today, like for any reason. But we are still doing our blueberry muffins. By the way, these are great snacks for kids to just like have this instead of like popsicles or any other like thing like that. We keep like 6 bags to 8 bags of frozen blueberries in the freezer at a time, and my kids literally eat this like candy. They literally eat them like candy, like a whole bag at a time. But anyways, we're going to be adding how many blueberries? 1.5 cups of blueberries. And the trick to the blueberries to not like bleed all the way into your muffins or sink to the bottom is we're also gonna toss them in some flour. So I'm gonna get the rest of that milk out of there. And I am going to add the blueberries. I gotta go over it just a little bit. I'm gonna have a lot of mess to clean up, you guys. Like a lot. Like if you could see what I've done to this kitchen, it's ridiculous. So you just add the flour like this into your blueberries, and it's gonna kind of look like that. Like they're sugar coated, and that's exactly what you want. So that way, once they're inside of the muffins, they stick to the batter and not fall. So that there is perfect. It smells so good in here. It smells like fall in here. I've got my butter here. I'm melting to finish this up. Take this out, and then we'll get to the bagels next. All right, so we have our ingredients mixed together. We're gonna bring the, ooh, this smells like cake. This smells like cake. Oh my gosh, I love when a recipe calls for butter instead of oil, because the smell, it's phenomenal. It smells like chocolate chip cookie dough, like before you put the chocolate in there. It smells so amazing. So now let's pour in our blueberries. We're gonna mix them up, not too hard, so that way the color doesn't kind of bleed into the dough. See what I mean? Like it's not turning the dough purple. I could have probably put a little bit more flour, but the dough is still looking like a vanilla dough. And then we're gonna get these in the oven. We're gonna start on our sourdough bagels. All of the baked goods are done except for the bagels. So here are the pumpkin muffins. This is what I meant about adding the chocolate chips right on the top. It gives it that bakery look. And then I was only able to get a couple blueberry muffins, but here they are. They're about to eat them right now. They're literally asking me, can I have the muffins? Can I have the muffins? And then we have the dough sitting. It'll sit here. And then when I go to bed tonight, I'll put it in the fridge for the bagels. So you guys won't be able to see those. I'll probably share them on my stories though, over on Instagram, so you guys can see what they look like. I'm just doing regular bagels. Usually I would put some Asiago cheese on top, and those are really, really good. And then my husband is over here whipping up the meat again for the meatballs. And this time we're gonna do them over buttered noodles, because I feel like that's like a stroganoff. That's kind of what the flavor of the gravy and the meatballs is giving. It's like a stroganoff situation. So I'm gonna get to cooking that, and then I'll show you guys the books that I got yesterday as well. All right, you guys, so we are finally coming to the end of the day. I'm about to finish dinner, but before I do, I'm opening up my delicious spritzeroo. It has been a wonderful weekend. It's had its slow moments. I've definitely got to indulge in some hobbies. The only thing I did not get to do this weekend that I really wanted to do was start a puzzle. I don't think I've ever, maybe a long time ago, like, because I haven't done a puzzle in a while. Maybe like in the beginning of starting, like transitioning my channel over to a book channel. I think I did show you guys me puzzling with my husband. I'm pretty sure I did, but I have not done a puzzle in a while, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. And it's funny that I bring this up, actually. I think I may have been listening to Shaughnessy's podcast, the Love You Most podcast. That's her podcast, if you like watching her on YouTube, which I love Shaughnessy. Like, she is just so inspirational, and I just love some of the things she says. And we have a lot of the same thoughts on certain types of things, but one of the things she talked about was doing like different hobbies, and how just because you don't do it every single day or every single week does not mean that it's not a hobby that you love. And one of those for me is puzzling. Like, I can sit there and, like, if my babies are asleep, or even if they're not, like, me and all the older kids, the 4 older kids, will sit together and we can puzzle. We can do it completely silent, or we can do it completely chatty, and either way we sit there and we spend that time and kind of figure out everything together, and then you see who kind of takes the lead and who's like, hey guys, we should do it this way, or we're focused over here, or you do this section, and it just sees how like each of their personality like comes out when we're all together doing something like that. And then also it's good to just do it by myself, because I kind of just sit and focus and my brain feels peaceful when I'm trying to put something together and figure it out. But I did want to do that this weekend. I'll probably start one next weekend just because we have school and usually we do the puzzles in the homeschool room. So I don't want to take up the table in there, and I don't have like a puzzle mat because I don't do it non-stop, so I don't have one. I should get one though. Anyways, before you guys see my reading vlog, you'll see this video, and I am still reading People Watching, obviously, because it was just today, and I'm on page 70. So you guys won't find out how I officially feel about this book until the reading vlog is out. But so far, it's okay. It's not like groundbreaking or anything. It touches on Alzheimer's and how it's affecting the family, and there's large family representation in this book, which I absolutely love because it's not a negative point of view. But we'll see how this continues on. Like I said, I think in my reading vlog, you'll see me repeat this, is that like this book is supposed to become very spicy. So I don't know how Hannah Bonam-Young is supposed to handle the spiciness and all of the serious topics that are taking place in this book. So we'll find out once you see the reading vlog. And then oh, you know what, I'll put a picture right here of all the books that are up for the reading vlog. And since this will be out, if I haven't finished filming, then you guys in the comment section tell me which books you want to see me read in the fall reading vlogs, and then I'll make sure that I read those. I did get one book from Second and Charles yesterday. I actually got two books. So one of the books that I got was for my daughter, who's 15. It's a manga book. It's Kimetsu Academy book 2. So we got that for her. And then I got this to add to my Christmas TBR, Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. And it says, a city bookshop owner heads to the English countryside for a holiday reunion only to face her childhood enemy. So it's kind of like a enemies to lovers, second chance romance put together. Love both of those tropes a lot. And then I did end up picking up Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I really wanted the red cover. I think it's so beautiful. My bedroom light is warm light, so it's not giving you what it should, but it's very pretty. And I don't really like sprayed edges, but if you do, these are the sprayed edges from Target with the red cover. Absolutely beautiful. And this is supposed to be opposites attract. Fall in love with the ghost of Christmas past. He's the ghost of Christmas past. She's not exactly Scrooge. Ghost of Christmas past, Nolan Callahan intends to spend his holiday haunting like every other get in, get out, return to his otherwise aimless existence as a ghost awaiting the afterlife. But when he's faced with Harriet York, the sweetest assignment he's ever had, he suddenly finds himself wishing for a future. Harriet York has no idea why she's being haunted. She's a good person, or at least she tries to be. A people pleaser to her core, she always does what's expected of her. But as she and Nolan begin to examine her past, they discover there are threads that bind them together and realize there might be more to moving on than expected. With the deadline of Christmas Eve fast approaching, will they find the key to their futures in each other's past, or will they stay firmly in the present, indulging in their unexpected spirited connection? So this is supposed to be one of 3 in this series, and I'm really excited to read this because I really enjoyed First Time Callers. So as of right now, this is the start of our Christmas stack. If it will, there we go. Outside of that, I know I want to read, I think what is it called? It's by Jaquel J. Do I have my phone? Yes, I do. It's by Jaquel J. What is it called? Oh, Second Chance Christmas by Jaquel J. That is on my Christmas TBR. I also want to read the Gingerbread Bakery, you know, what is it? The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and all of those, the Gingerbread Bakery that just came out. And I need a couple more. So if there are any Christmas books that you guys have loved that you really want to see somebody review, please drop those down in the comments below. And I'm really looking for some by Black authors. So if you have Christmas books that you absolutely love, not even just Christmas, just holiday themed books that you have absolutely loved, or that you absolutely want to know if you should get, put them down in the comments for me. so that way I can take a look at them and build my TBR based on what you guys want to know about, because that's important to me. I love to read for me, but I know that you guys are here because you want to know too, and I want to give you guys my honest opinion and reviews on books that you guys want to know about. So anyways, I'm rambling and I need to go cook dinner. I'm really exhausted. My cycle definitely takes a toll on me. Like, after you have more kids, it's not even the fact that they're here, it's the toll that you're gonna hear my 2 little daughters calling their dad, but sorry. It's the toll that it takes on the nutrients and everything on your body when you have them back to back to back to back. Do I love the age gap that all of my kids are? Yes, but it definitely takes a toll, and it takes a lot of intentionality in how you eat and how you move your body and everything to just kind of come back to life. That was a mouthful. But anyways, I love you guys. Let me go help my husband make dinner and get everybody under control. And until I see you guys next time, happy reading.